Hey Transporters, railstation.com. Back on the video. This time is my collection video, and I'm going to look through all 30 odd of my engines, take them out on the box, put them on the track, like the Deltic here in front of you, and just roughly say when. So, three things I'll do for this, I think. When I got the engine, or rough estimate. Um, uh, Plans with the engine, if I'm going to weather it or not. And then also, what else I'm going to do? I don't know anything else I want to do, not do with it, but like why I got it and stuff. I'll think of it as I go, but there'll be a few specific things I'll think of when when it comes to this. Anyway, so we'll start with the Deltic here. I got this last year from my work colleague. It's in two-tone green. It is the Durham Light Infantry, which I think is also a V2. I could be wrong there, but I know there is a V2 called Durham something, so maybe it's, yeah. This one is, can't see it on this side, but on the back side, which I'll move this around to the rear so you can have a look. It's missing a buffer there, and then that side's broken. So my idea for this, with this Deltic, is I'm going to go and back on spares at some point and buy a DP1 shell, the wheel bits as well. I'm going to have the white wheel thingies, and the underframe. So this, where this bit is, because I think that's where the metal bit is. So that's the plan for that. I'm going to convert it into a DP1 Deltic. My colleague is okay with it because he gave me this engine pretty much for free because he doesn't collect back from engines. He's more of a Lima guy, which is fine because he has his own layouts. Progress my layout is getting there, but I will run more things eventually. But yeah, anyway, so that is that Deltic. It is a nice model. It runs quite well, but I will definitely need to I'm going to try and convert it soon. I just need to buy the spares. It's not going to be cheap though, so that's my only downside of it is, I think when I looked online, it's 120 quid, or 120 pounds, that's with shipping included, I think. Was it free shipping? I can't remember. Anyway, so I will hopefully do that in the next coming weeks, but I have a feeling my Bachmann 812 from Rails of Sheffield exclusive is coming very soon, so I need to save some money for that before I buy the spares for this. So, but also in March is the Model exhibition in Glasgow, so I'm going on a Friday before I go to work because I'm working that evening, unfortunately. I don't want to miss it this year because like next year I might have to miss it depending on what happens really with something. If you know about it, then great. If you don't, I'm not going to disclose it on YouTube. Anyway, yeah, so that's the Deltic. I'll just put it in the back scene for now, but there we go. Okay, next engine that is on here is National Core Board Whiston. It's a Hornby model. One of the old Hornby ones. The company's a bit low, it's fine. One of the old Hornby ones in this crappy polystyrene. But there we go. And the old boxes. I can't remember when it's from, but it might have a. Don't know, but it's quite an old model anyway. I got this model back in 2023 because when I got married to my wife, now wife I should say, the plan was to have a bit of track running around the cake table, the wedding cake table, but that didn't happen. So because I believe my not sister-in-law, someone on my wife's side of the family, anyways, I can't remember who, said it's a good idea, but with like loads of kids under 10, which they're all under 10. 10 years old, said, you would see a trainer would want to grab it off the track. So I was like, yeah, that's maybe a good idea. So instead, I just kept Whiston. Fun enough, it's my surname. So yeah, my parents have one as well, which is quite nice. So the fact I've got a unique engine and it's named after sort of it's named after me in a way, sort of. Yeah. So this again, it is quite nice. It's got of course it's got sprung buffers on both and front. It's still got all the detail and stuff on it. It's missing a rear coupling. It's got a really nice cab detail as well. It is quite a nice model, and it's one of those ones that I'm glad I have now because I haven't seen one again on eBay for listed for a while. So, well, I haven't looked, but one of those things. I'm glad I have it. So there we go. Okay. Engine number 3 is BR XLMS Ivet 2MT in BR Maroon, which is quite a unique livery, which is quite nice. Numbered 46441. This one is one of my favourites. I love this thing. I adore this little engine. Little in comparison to what other engines I've got. With this engine, if I remember, I got it 2024. Yes, 2024 from someone online on Twitter /X, what you want to call it. He was selling models, and I was like, "How much for 46441?" He said 150. I was like, "Would you drop it?" I DM'd him, direct messaged him. I said, "Would you go for 120?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I sent him 120, and it's arrived. The fact that in 2024, or did I buy it in 2024? Yeah, I did. 2024 later on in the year, because in March that year we went down. Myself and my wife went down to Cumbria. And we went to the Lakeside and Haverthwaite Railway, which is not too far from Windermere, I think. Yes, it is, because Windermere. So the line runs along Windermere a bit, and where we were staying in Windermere it was close to the railway. So I was like, "Can we go and pop over?" Fun enough, even though it was a wet day, 46441 was running. I was like, "Yes, please." So the fact I've got this engine, and because I've seen him in real life, is amazing. So I will overlay after this video. I'll overlay a picture of the real thing as well, so you can see the comparison. The fact that I've seen it is just incredible. I love Ivet 2MT tender engine, which is one of those engines, and it's unique because it's the only one in red. I believe there's another one in green, BR green, which I would love to have as well. But again, that's maybe, or maybe another black one. I don't know. We'll see. But I love these things, and you might not be a recurring theme here, but a lot of my engines, bar 4 engine. Yes, I say 4. Are Bachmann, which is funny because personally I prefer Bachmann models. They are just nicer quality, and detailing is a lot better. Like for this one, like this one. Yep, sprung buffers on rear and front. It's got really nice cab detail and thingy. Yeah, it is very nice though. It's a very nice model. I love it. It is, as I said, it's one of my favourites. One thing I should add: the 46441 in BR Maroon, that is also a limited edition model. It's one of 507, and that's 200 and something. I can't remember the exact number. I should have mentioned that. I just forgot. I was putting it back in the box just then. Anyway, next engine is one of my longest owned ones I've had. BR Class 40. Again, you notice a theme here. A lot of my engines, maybe except a few, are BR liveries of some sort, either late crest like this or early. But it's fine. I want BR engines mostly because liveried engines, because it's just like it means you can run them sort of all together rather than like if you had LNR engines only or LMS engines only or Great Western engines only. Then yeah, I like the variety of what I've got within BR. So there we go. So next is the Class 40. Again, missing a buffer on the front. Does have sprung buffers, and also missing on this back corner as well. So yeah, but as I said, it's one of my longest owned engines anyway, and in the older box as well. But whatever, it's fine. When did I have this? When did I get this? Can't remember. But I've had it for a long time. I even had it with my parents, and I left my parents. So I've been here in Edinburgh for coming on 6 years this year. Yes, 6 years in July, November. No, July, June, July. Anyway, yeah. So moved to Edinburgh in 2020 during COVID, but what doesn't matter. So 6 years. So I've had it longer than that, and I lived with my parents. I left school when I was 18. Did I have it when I was 18? I can't remember, but it's been a long time, like a long time. It probably maybe a decade and a half, maybe. I'm nearly 30 now, so yeah, probably 15 years. It's been a long time, a long time. There are a few other engines in my collection that I've had for quite a while, but there we go. So Class 40, BR Green. I love this thing. I need to actually run it again. I haven't run it in a while, so yeah, I'll definitely do that again at some point. So it'll be up in the layout, and I might do a video of that at some point. So there we go. Next engine is BR Standard 9F 92116. I love this thing. I love the 9F. It's such a powerhouse. I've had this. I'm pulling a huge rake of wagons on my layout. I think mostly all my wagons, if not nearly all of them anyway. It is very strong. It's got such a good motor in it. They've pulled that much. It's not tender driven, thankfully, so it's local driven. I bought this from Rails Sheffield websites last year. When did I get it? I can't remember. When I got it. Last year, at some point. And I don't regret it because it is such a nice model. I didn't think a 9F I'd want a 9F because with the track the layout I was planning, thankfully the corners are smooth enough. Because otherwise, I wouldn't maybe consider it. But there we go. It does have sprung buffers, of course, on both tender and front. Yeah, BR Early Crest as well. So I mean, the last one, the 40 and the Iver 2 Late Crest. I much prefer Early Crest, but that's just me. I love the Class 20, the 9F. I mean, but maybe I'll weather this one up, but we'll see. Or I don't know. I'm a bit skeptical about weathering, so yeah. But I love this thing. It's such a nice model. I do want. If I was to buy another one, I'd probably want a newer box one because I think the newer box is like nicer, but nothing wrong with an old one. And this one is a fantastic model, and it's a great runner for the age that it is. Okay, next engine in the collection is Class 8 13238. It's not a class 13. It's just numbered 132238. I love it. This is the livery I specifically wanted: the black with the red coupling rods. It does. Yeah, it's also got sprung buffers. This is one of my smaller models because it is so short. Again, BR Black Early Crest. I love it. I was specifically looking for a BR Black Early Crest one because a Class 8 is a nice addition to have to any collection, regardless of what you want. So if it's BR livery, blue, green, or any other sector liveries, EWS, DB Schenker, which I would love a DB Schenker one, but BR one was my specific go-to because I wanted a BR one anyway. So I wish I could show these running, but I had nothing Draxton powered. So there we go. When did I get this? Last year again. I can't remember the exact date. I wish I knew what dates I got them. I do have a record of them somewhere, other dates, but I can't remember the life of me when I got this. Anyway, so there we go. It's a really good detailed model. It's not damaged or in any way. It runs quite well, even though it's a slow runner, but it's meant to be a slow runner. It's the way they're geared in real life as well. So yeah, Class 8. Engine number 6, number 7. Number 7 this is. Or 8, sorry, number 8, because Deltic as well. Yeah, number 8. I was right. My bad. I had to count again. Is the Railway, Great Western Railway 1500 or pannier tank. Is it 1500 pannier tank? I can't remember what they call it. Let me check the box. It's back in the box. 15XX pannier tank. Yes, yes. This is the reserve one, 1500 exactly. It's a Rapido Trains UK one, because Backham don't do one, but I do like these engines anyway. These are one of my favourite tank engines. And Sprung Buffers, it is super detailed. None of the detailing on it is wonky, which is quite nice. Because I know Sam's Trains, when he did a video on it, he did mention that his was, the detailing his was wonky, the funnel was wonky, and the whistle here, and it was missing some bits. I don't think mine's broken or anything, because I've just kept it in the box for the time being, because I'd be too scared to just leave it out and smack it or something, or because we occasionally have my wife's niece and nephews over and her godchildren, and eventually if we have a child as well. But there we go. I want to keep them in the boxes because they're not toys. I mean, I'm sure you people who watch this would know that anyway. But the fact that kids, when they see a train, they think it's a toy. These are far from toys, and I've reiterated that to them quite a few times. But they know that now. So, because it's one of those things you just can't have little fingers touching, so you have to be very delicate with it anyway. But yeah, anyway, I digress. 1500 pannier tank. I love this thing. Sprung buffers. It's got a posable. I think does this? No, it doesn't. That doesn't move. Well, I should say the cab doors, they move, the windows bits. When did I get this? Funny enough, actually, I ordered this last year, just before my birthday, in May, 29th birthday actually, and arrived like a few days before my birthday, which is great. So I literally bought me something for myself, because my parents got us a joint present as an air fryer, which is fine. I was like, that's okay, but I wanted an engine for myself. So I was like, yeah, I'll buy myself a quick birthday present. But I think I also bought another engine a few weeks after that. I can't remember what that was. Anyway, yeah, I can't remember. But there we go. So pannier tank 1500. Next on my list, the collection, is these two little adorable little engines. Rapido Trains again, and it's the Porta Par twins, Alfred and Judy. I love these things. I'm glad I got these because they are so small. As you can probably see in the Deltic in the background. Let me put this as a size comparison, and it's on the sideboard, but it is tiny. They are tiny in comparison to the Deltic. It's funny the size difference between these two versus the absolute monster that is the Deltic. Anyway, yeah, these two I love. Try and get the better light of them. There we go. They are ridiculously small, and it's funny. They're fairly strong as well, actually, from what I've tested. I wish I could show you that at some point, and I probably will. I say sprung buffers as expected, super detail, but absolutely tiny, and it's funny how small these are. It doesn't. It's hard to tell on camera, but in your hand in person, if you have a model of these models, they are so unbelievably small, but so really detailed. There's a few differences on them, as in, like, for instance, this band line here Alpha doesn't have. Yeah, it's, and I think the colours are the same. They are but they are fantastic models, and they come in a really nice box. Like, for example, I'll show you what you get. You get the box. You get a nice postcard. You get, obviously, the owner's manual, and then you get a really nice book with the history and the background behind them. So it's a really nice box. I got the preserved pair because I wanted these two specifically, because I think I've seen Alf and Judy before, but it must have been ages ago. They were somewhere else, and I remember seeing the little two green engines, but I could be wrong. It might have been something else, but I swear I've seen them, or one of them at least. but yeah, we go. So Port Alfred and Judy, Port twins. I should add actually when I got these last year in December. Actually, it was December 2025 because they were due. There was a delay on them, unfortunately, with the shipping. So yeah, that's when I got them. Just thought I'd add it in because I almost forgot. Okay, next engine in my collection is one sec. Fuck it, forgot it. Class, not class. 5700 or 57XX Panny Tank. I almost forgot there for a sec. Excuse me. Number 5766 in BR Early Crest. Plain black Early Crest. I like the Panny Tank. This it's a nice engine. It runs really well. Getting sprung buffers as expected from Bachmann. When did I get this? I can't remember, but I've had it for quite a while. I think actually I do roughly remember when I got this because I remember I went to the show in Glasgow, Monterey exhibition in Glasgow, and I bought this City Truro and then a V2. But I sold my V2 fairly recently because I'm still looking for a BR one because I want a BR liveried one. The one I had was an LNR one anyway. So I want a BR one because I prefer BR as I've explained, and as you will see. When did I get this? I can't remember, but it's been a long time. I've had this engine for. So let me just okay. But yeah, I can't remember when I got it roughly, but I remember I've had it for a while because I remember running out my friend's layout and when they had it in the caravan because my friend's dad used to have a railway in the static caravan, which is pretty cool because it was like a figure of 8, but rather than being like flat layout, it was main top layout, but it went in the tunnel and down to Fiddle Yard and back up to the other side. It was really cool. It was a really smooth way of doing it, and it was a really good layout. Okay, another engine in the collection. I need to keep track of how many engines I've done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is number 10. 11. 11 with the Delta at the back in the background. 11. Remember that. 11. Is USA Dock Tank or USA Class 060 tank, number 369 in BR Riddercrest. This thing I got at the show in Glasgow as well. At the time, I think I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, yes please. It was 105 quid. I think they had it on sale, slightly discounted price, because it was exclusive for produced exclusive for Model Rail, which which I can't remember what was it. Is it Model Rail? Is that Model Rail magazine? Or I can't remember exactly, but yeah. So I think it is a magazine. But they've made it. They only produced 500 of them, so they're quite rare. So if you ever look on eBay for one, which I know a friend of mine has, he got one. Thankfully, the same one. They do come up every now and again, but they're quite rare. So you're talking 100 to £200 for one, depending if you make an offer and they accept the offer at 100. I bought mine for a bargain, and I'm never going to sell it because the fact that it is a rare model. It's like I might have bought one of the early ones. I don't know how many. I mean, what number this one is. I wish I knew what number it was. Out of 500, but I don't. So there we go. And of course, actually, no sprung buffers. Cab detailing is it detailed? It's black, so it's not. You can't really see much inside it. But it is a nice model. I've had it for quite a while. It runs really well, and I've had that on my friend's layout when I used to live with my parents. I've had this as long as when I stayed at my parents as well. So I think this one. Pannier, the Ginty, the Class 40, and a few others I had way before I moved here to Edinburgh. But I'll get to that when I get to those other engines. Okay, next engine, number 11 or 12. I keep losing track. Anyway, I'll put a video, like a number in the video on top of the video, in the corner, maybe up in the left corner of the video when I do edit this for each number of engines. So anyway, the next engine in the collection is BR XLMS GT 47394 in BR Early Crest again. So this is Early Crest BR plain black Early Crest engine tank engine number 4. Even though it's probably like number, is that the second one I got or third one I got? I can't remember, but again, I bought this Horse Sport in Glasgow, the Model A exhibition, which is happening next month. I can't wait. Hopefully it's good. Well, I say hopefully it's good. It's always good. And I'm going to go to my work colleague because has he been last few years? I can't remember anyway. So yeah, Element Ginty. If I bought a Ginty, different Ginty, I probably bought an LMS one, but I like BR. I like the BR one because it's just plain and simple. It's again sprung buffers. This time it's been sprung buffers, but one of the buffers are slightly broken. But again, I've had it for quite a while. An old model. Nice cab detailing, and this bunker thing at the back. I don't know what it's for. Yeah, it's a nice model, and it's in really good condition. But I can't. Back from so another engine collection. Back to number whatever it is. This is LMS, or is it BR? I can't remember. LMS Fairburn, yes, my bad. LMS Fairburn tank in BR Early Crest 42085. She is a preserve one, Lakeside Railway, along with the Ivet 2MT, which I showed earlier. This thing I love the Fairburn tank. I've always liked the Fairburn tank, and in fact I've seen both of them, even though they're not running anymore, because I think are they under overhaul, or is it boiler ticket? I can't remember one or two. But then they never leave the Lakeside Railway in Cumbria, which is a shame, because they would definitely be beneficial working at another railway. Let's say North York Moors, Great Central, stuff, roads like those, which would definitely be better suited for such a big tank engine, because these are slightly bigger, very slightly bigger than a standard 4 tank, which I'll show you a comparison after this. So I love this tank engine. Again, really well detailed, sprung buffers on both front and rear, nothing broken on it, and it is just a fantastic engine in overall, and I love it. One of my favourite tank engines, big tank engines by miles. It's just such a nice shape engine. And as I said before, last clip, next engine next engine is BR standard 4 tank. I love this thing. Another engine I really like. I haven't seen the one at Bowness yet running, but I love this thing. And I think it has a posable smoke box. There we go. Yeah, it does. You can open the smoke box door, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I like this thing a lot. It's 80121, and I believe, I don't know if I think this is a preserved one. So I know there's 80136, 80135, 80151 are the three that I remember numbers of, but I can't remember what one Bowness has. Bowness, the railway, Bowness and Kinneil Railway, the one out in West Lothian region. Yeah, I can't remember what number that one is, but yeah, another big tank engine that I like. This is a good runner. I haven't run this in a while either, because I've got so many engines. It'll take a while to run them all, but I would love a bigger layout. But at the moment, I can only do what I've got up in the loft. But as for this, I've had this for a good number of years. I bought this at the show in Glasgow, and I can't remember what price it was. Again, I think it was when I lived in the flat. We used to live in a flat. Me and my wife, I think she was girlfriend at the time. Yeah, I can't remember exactly, but it was a few years ago. Another tank engine and slightly smaller one is the BR Thunder 3, 82029 BR Lion Black Early Crest. Um, I love this little thing as well. This is it's such a nice little engine. I can now keep saying I love this engine, but I really do. A lot of the engines I've got in my collection that I really like, because um, the engines I've liked for a while and wanted it, either one in my Motor collection, or I just like the engines in general. Because of the what's the reason why I like them? Don't know. I can't remember. But I just like this kind of engine. Again, sprung buffers on front and back. That one's a bit wonky. Yeah, there we go. No pockets and amazing details as always, as you expect from Bachmann, and really nice cab detail, and it's painted as well, which is even better. So Standard BR Standard 3. I don't know if it's the Reserve one. I can't remember. But it's an engine, a tank engine I like. I do want to also get a LNER V1/V3 and BR Early Black as well, because I've been another tank engine I can have. I mean, if I get a V2 as well, I can have V1 and V2 together. It would be cool. And then one of my more recent purchases is which I bought only a few weeks ago, more than a few weeks ago, last month, yes, is the Ivet 2MT tank engine. So I now have, fun enough, this Ivet standard 3, standard 4, standard 5, standard 4 tank, standard 4 tender engine, Ivet 4, Ivet 2, and the 9F. So I've got a good majority of the standards and Ivet class engines that look similar, because Ivet 2MT, like this tank engine, does look similar to the Ivet standard 3, but this is slightly smaller because this is a 262, whereas standard 3 is a also a 262. But I think the Ivet 2MT is slightly smaller, which is fine. And I like Gila engines. I think this also is a newer tooling, from 2016, if I remember rightly, from Monorail database. Because there's one before that, and you can tell with the wheels, the silver bits around the wheels, rather than it being all black like this one is. The outside of the rim on the wheels is silver, and it looks tacky, and you can tell it's an older model. This doesn't have sprung buffers, does it? No, it doesn't have sprung buffers. But again, really well detailed, really nice model. Cab detailed, isn't painted, and it's in good condition as well. So I'm glad I've got another little tank engine to add to my collection. And then next on engines, 20 engines I've got are all big engines, either diesels or tender engines. Next engine is BR or XLNR, BR XLNR, I should say, Robertson 04. I bought this last year, the end of last year, in the Boxing Day / Christmas Day sales in 2025, because I've always wanted Robertson 04, and I love this, the size of this engine and the overall look of it. It is fantastic. It is 63601, which obviously is the preserve one on the Great Central Railway, but that doesn't bother me because I really do like the 04, and this thing is such a nice runner. It's I don't know if it's as strong as my 9F. I haven't tested that, which I might do at some point. It'd be interesting to see the comparison between the two. Even though 9F is bigger, I think, maybe slightly bigger. There's an extra set of wheels, but the tender on this is obviously more sizable than the Robertson tender, which it looks a bit nicer than your regular tenders that you might get. But there we go. And of course, sprung buffers on front and back and front. It has cab detail and it's painted, and it's in good condition, really good condition. It also still has the pipes and stuff for the front, and a chain link hook if you want to add it as well, which is quite nice. I might do, but we'll see. But it is a nice model. Again, late crest rather than early, because I think this one was slightly cheaper than the early crest one that I was considering as well. So yeah, either or, don't mind. I'm glad I've got another engine, a big engine, that I've always wanted in my collection anyway. Because I was looking for a Robertson 24 for quite a while beforehand. Next engine, it does look a bit odd, this one, but I do like them. Is another Robertson engine. Is the D11/2. This one actually is a Scottish one, which is quite cool, because the D11s did run in Scotland for a bit. Because on the back of the box, it does say it was allocated to Haymarket and St Margaret's, which is Haymarket is still around now, station, but the depot I think isn't as big as it used to be, because it's now for the HSTs, or was HSTs, and the other ScotRail units. But again, that's not what I'm on about for this. And St Margaret's, which is now gone. But the turntable pit still exists, which is really interesting to know, and I think it's grade listed. But anyway, so D11s, it's another Robertson design with a big Robertson tender. BR early crest, late lined. BR black. I'm getting that wrong. My bad. BR lined black, I should say. Early crest. Or early emblem. I think it's early crest is the correct term. 62690. Lady of the Lake. Don't know where this was this one was where it was allocated to, but the fact they were Scottish based is pretty cool. And I think this one, I'd have to look this up, but I think this one was probably hopefully this one is based here. There is a little bit of damage to this one with this handrail, because it's supposed to not be that high up. It's supposed to be into the cab there, but again, I bought this last year in December when I was down at my friend's in Yorkshire. I went to KGB Muzzles with my friend, which I occasionally look online for new stuff. But there we go. So yeah, there's an engine I do like. Robertson 4, D11. Again, an engine I've wanted for a while, and there we go. Yep. Next engine is BR Standard 5. BR Standard 5 MT, 460-73109. Another engine I wanted in my collection for quite a while, but it's just trying to find the right one. And I love this thing. I love the Standard 5. It's such a nice engine, especially with the big tender, and of course early crest, which is my favourite. I've always liked the early crest. I think it just looks better with the lion sitting over the BR livery, the BR writing on the tender. Yeah, it's a nice engine. And of course, sprung buffers on the back and the front. Only thing is I accidentally broke the little pipe that goes from that wheel to the cab up here. But I mean, that's minor in comparison to the thing. The thing runs really well. I haven't run it in a while because I just pick and choose what engine I want to run on the layouts. Tends to be the latest thing I've got. I was running. I did run this for a bit, but definitely do need to run it again at some point. Does it have an openable smokebox door? No, it doesn't. Yeah, it is a very nice engine though. But there we go. Standard 5. Okay, next engine, I need to redo this clip, is S&D 7F in BR Black Early Crest, with obviously sprung buffers on the front and the back. It's got cab detail and it's painted, but I really like 7F. I was looking for a 7F for a while. I bought this last year in June, roughly in June, 14th of June, when I went to the Scottish Festival of Aero Modelling. It's on again this year, for the second time around, but in May this time rather than June. I think maybe because they can't do June this time, which is fine. So yeah, where's the 7F box? I was here. It's oh, it's right in front of me. One of my favourite engines. Again, I was looking for one for a while, and I'm glad I've got this now along with my 9F and my Robertson 04. So there we go. And then obviously, as you can probably see, there's a lot of engines behind me, behind that, which I'm going to use and put on next. So next engine. Okay, next engine is Great Western Hall, which I bought last year in February when I went to the Motor Exhibition in Glasgow, along with some coaches and wagons, but they're up in the layout. This is one of only one of the two Great Western engines I've got. But I'm tempted either keep this one because I do like the Hall, or sell it and get a BR one because as you've probably seen from my other engines, they're all BR liveries except for a few. So either I keep this because it's a Hall, and I do like the Hall class in general, and it's a nice livery with orange striping and just the whole thing in with the copper cap here and the dome. Of course, sprung buffers front and back. It's just a nice engine. Yeah, so I may keep this, but we'll see. So yeah. That's the Great Western Hall. It does have cab detail and of course painted, fake coal, but and it's not got a wired connection to the tender, which is fine. So that's a bit easier that way. So there we go. So there's Great Western Hall. Next engine is BR XLMS Jubilee class. This is my most recent engine I bought only last week. Well, it arrived last week, I should say. I ordered it the week before. I really like Jubilee. In fact, it's in BR Green Early Crest, a bit like another engine I've got in the back there. Yeah, I really do like Jubilee class. It's especially as Bachmann have announced a new one. Not a new tooling. It's more the fact that it's I think it's just a slightly new updated tooling rather than a brand new tooling, like a brand new model. But that's fine. I like the Jubilee because it is almost like a Black 5, but not. Because I know Jubilee and Black 5s are quite similar. So there we go. And I wanted a BR one, especially not in green or in black. Did they do a black one? I don't know. But green, yeah, I like the green because I do have a few other green engines. Anyway, so yeah, there's the Jubilee. Okay, next engine in the collection is BR Standard 4MT tender engine this time in BR lined late crest rather than early. Because as I've reiterated a few times now, I much prefer early crest, simply because of the style of it, more than I'll just put my A4 here. More so than early. It's because it's really small. But I suppose 10 like this, the late crest fits better because it is such a small. It's such a small gap there. But there we go. This engine I bought not last October, but October before that. So 2024. I went down to Harman Holbees in Edinburgh, and have this one engine on sale. It's an engine I do. Where's the box for it? I've dropped all the boxes on the floor here behind me. No, I can't find the boxes. What this one's for? I-40 M10,000 Deltic A4. Oh, it's right in front of me. My bad. I'm trying to look for the box. It's right in front of me. So standard 4MT, not I-40, but I've also got an I-40 as well, which I'll show you next. So again, as always, sprung buffers on the back and in the front, and it has cab detail, unpainted, and it's just a really nice, another really nice model. Next engine, and an engine I've had for quite a while. Another engine I've had for a long time, I should say, is Thomson B1 61250 in BR Black Early Crest. And as you can see from this one, the tender logo is much bigger than the standard 4 that I just showed. When did I get this? I had this when I still lived with my parents, because I remember running at my friend's layout, and that ran really well with my two not bogey bosses, conflats, not conflats, what they're called, low wagons, what's it called? I think they're crocodiles, what they're called. And some vans. I've sold 2 of the bigger vans, but the rest of the small vans I've still got. And my Queen Mary, or was it a towed brake van? I can't remember. It might have been a towed brake van. But now I've got 4 of the brake vans on top of that. Or is it 3 more? I think 2 or 3 more. So now I've got like in total 6 or 7 brake vans, but that's fine. But yeah, so Thomson B1, it does have sprung buffers on the tender and on the front, as always. It is an older tooling one, as you can probably see the hole in the front where the lamp bracket is, is a giveaway. But honestly, the fact that I've kept this in such good condition and I've not run it that often, and it's moved around places from my parents to our old house, the flat, to now here. She's a fantastic model, and I'm glad I've got a B1, even though I wish Backlund would do a new one, but maybe we'll see. Maybe I might do a new one in the future. Okay, next engine is probably one of the more famous ones I've got. I say famous, well known, maybe would be a better way to put it. Is City of Truro in Great Western Green, but with the funny lettering on the tender. This one I bought the same time I bought my pannier tank, which I put back next to my desk where I keep all my engines. But I'm tempted to get a display case. But anyway, gloss over that. This at one point, I glued the front of that. was broken, and the chassis would come off the front, off the wheels. Thankfully, it doesn't anymore. As you can see, it's solid now. Because before, when I bought this engine, no sprung buffers. When I bought this engine, this Molisher and Glasgow at the same time, I bought the V2, which I've sold, and my pannier tank. It said it was broken. I got it for a bargain. The box price is still still there, so it's £149. I got it for 70 quid, which is a bargain and a half. So 80 quid off, which is insane. So almost 80 quid off, £79 off actually. I haven't run that in a while, and I hope I can run it again at some point, because it'd be nice to see that running around and the Hall together. It'd be quite nice. I wanted to get it fixed because it was a shame that the fact that I couldn't really run it properly, broken, and there was also the hook to the tender was broken as well. So I think that and the Ivot 4MT, which were the 2 engines that were broken, I got them fixed, which I'll show next. Then the rest of the engines are mostly diesels, but I'll get to those in a minute. But anyway, so as I was saying, so she's now fixed. Cab's cab detail, and it's a lovely engine. I'm glad I have City Truro. I did want a City Truro for a while, either the red frame one or the black frame one, but I like the red one, and especially I got a good price. It can't complain. Okay, next engine is Ivot 4MT, or AKA the Flying Pig. As you can see, it's a bit stubby here at the front, but actually I kind of like the design, and double chimney, which is pretty nice. I don't know if they came with double chimney. I think they did, but I don't know for sure. But there we go. So if they did, that's fair enough. I don't know if they did. But yeah, they're interesting engines because they're only a 260, so they're quite small. They're a bit like the standard 4, which I've got. But this is the other engine I got fixed. So what happened, when I'll show you what's broken with this one, here it is. Yeah, this is it. This is the one. So the Harbin Holbeys, which I took the model down to and to get fixed, this bit is bent. As you can probably see, it's not straight like that one is. So yeah, they fixed. My phone fell over there. They fixed this bit for me. They replaced this whole bit, I think they undid that, and is it to here? I think it was to that one. Or is it to this one, this middle wheel here, which is the whole bit for the frame for it to work. Because I believe okay, so that goes the middle one, and this is for the front one, which goes there. I'll point out over this here, this one here. So yeah, so this is the bit they fixed. As I was saying, I was just messing with it. I was just seeing look at the mechanism on this. Just shows you how delicate this it is, and yeah. So I wanted it fixed, obviously, because of the because of I wanted this engine running again, and I do like the i840. It's a bit of a random buy, but actually it's quite a nice engine. I'm glad I've got one of these now. When did I buy it? February 2023, I believe. When I went to the model exhibition with my cousin, my uncle, his son, and my cousin's boyfriend. So yeah, there's about 6 of us who went. It was a really good show, and I'm glad we went, because it was a good show, as I was saying. So yeah, we didn't stay for long because we also were going to my brother and sister's wedding party. I think it was wedding party, because all my family were there, which was nice to see them all again. Okay, next engine is A4 Pacific 6000 I mean, Dwight D. Eisenhower. I really like the A4s. I bought a Bachmann one, which is obviously all my engines are Bachmann, as I've said before, because they're nice engines, and but the only downside is they are slightly old. These are older toolings, and I hope Bachmann do a new one. But anyway, I bought this at the show in Glasgow. Funny enough, the main box still has a sticker on it. So in shot, £95, as you can see. I think nowadays that'd probably be 100, over 100, or maybe less, depending on the thingy price. But I do want another A4. I have seen online, annoyingly, probably hard to get, Sir Nigel Gresley in the blue, because I've seen Sir Nigel Gresley twice. About 2 or 3 times now. So yeah, I would love to have a model of an engine. I tend to like doing that, a model of an engine I've seen. So I've never seen Dwight. I've seen Dwight D. Eisenhower. I have seen Dwight D. Eisenhower, because she was at York in 2013. Was 2012. The Great Gathering, all 6 A4s were there. So I have seen Dwight D. Eisenhower. I don't know if she was in green. She might have been in green. I can't remember. Anyway, but the fact that I've got Dwight D. Eisenhower in as a model as well now. So she's got cab detail. It is obviously no pin, no wires to the tender, but she's a good runner. Again, I think just in general, I've just kept my models in good condition, so they've held this test of time and are in good runnable condition that I could use again in the future. Next is none other but 60163 Tornado A1 Pacific class, in BR Early Crest green, as seen when she was preserved. She's still preserved when she was in green a good number of years ago. I love Tornado. I don't know what it is, but I love Tornado. I would have to say my model of Tornado here she's in really good condition. The box is not in the best condition, but the fact that the engine in general, which is the main part, is in really good condition. I've still got all the details for it, in the extra details in the packet, in the box, the lamp, the bracket, the etched nameplates. Yeah, she's in really good condition. Otherwise, the box is a bit tatty, but it's just a box. Doesn't matter. I love Tornado. I really do. She's a good runner. I haven't run in a while because I've just been a bit. I've had other engines. I've got loads of other engines to run, as you've probably seen, as you will see. I've still got a good number of 3, 6, 7, 8 engines behind Tornado here in the background. So yeah, I love Tornado. I really do. Again, of course, as you expect from Bachmann, sprung buffers front, back and front, really good, really nice cab detail, and she's just a fantastic model. I think Bachmann really knocked it out of the park with this one in comparison to Hornby one. The Hornby one is pants in comparison, absolute pants in comparison. But yeah, I love Tornado. Like, I really do. I've seen her a good number of times, and I would love to see her again in the future. Okay, another engine, next engine, and the last team engine in my collection for now, that is Dub D280 in LMR blue with the red coupling rods. She looks fantastic in this the darker blue with the red lining on the cab and the tender there, and the LMR picked out in the bright yellow. Of course, sprung buffers as always. Cab detail is not painted, but she's a fantastic runner. I really like this engine. So, backstory of this engine. So, 2024 in October, I went down to Harman Hobbies to sell my Adams radial tank from an Octavia Adams radial tank. I don't like that Adams radial, and I was glad to get rid of it. So the money I had from that, I put towards this. It was a couple of weeks at least. I saw this in the shop a good few times. I'm glad I got it when I did, because I really do like the WD280, but especially having another big freight engine. This 9F, the 7F, and the Robinson 04, and wherever else I've got. Is that it? I think. I really do like these big freight engines. One of those things. It's a bit unique. It does have etched nameplates in the box as well. Where's the box? There it is. It is 79250. General McMullen. She has obviously has etched nameplates in the box, in the top packet, in the detailing pack, and how do I show one off actually? In this little packet here, what's that for? Must be it. So she has detailing, extra detailing, which I might add at some point in the future. Again, if I ever have a bigger layout, I will add the detail to a lot of mine. Obviously, I can weather them up, or get someone else to do it for me, because I'm not sure about weathering. I just don't want to feel like I'm ruining an engine. But I know from what I heard online and people said that it doesn't. There's a certain way of doing it without it coming off coming off in your hands. If you can pick the engine up, if you need to move it, for instance. But I don't think you tend to put them back in packaging if you put the detailing on. So I would need to consider that and leave my engines on a layout of some sort if I ever do it in the future. But that doesn't matter right now, because I like what I've got, and I'm quite happy with just running trains if and when I want to. Okay, next engine, and one of my favourites of the diesels I've got, quite unique, is LMS 10,000 in BR green with, the wheels are off the track there. BR green with eggshell. Is it eggshell roof? Not eggshell. Line. I don't know if it is eggshell. No, let me check the back of the box. End of the box, I mean. Does it tell me? I think it's just lime green with. Doesn't tell me. With a funny shaped coloured roof. It's like a yellowy roof. It's almost like it's sun damage, but that's not. It's just how they were. You can get one in black, a normal green, full green one with yellow ends, or you get the eggshell banding, like a light blue stripe along the side. But I like that one more so. Fun enough as well, actually. Bachmann have also now announced 10,001 redo. It's not like a retool. It's not like a new tooling or anything. I think it's just a another run of them. So so I've got 10,001 on pre-order as well, because it means I can have to pair, and that will be so cool to have them two running around together, coupled together, running around the layout at some stage in the future. But there we go. This one, obviously, of course, no sprung buffers, but it does have lights on the front, and crew figures in the cab. But yeah, she's a nice model. I bought that, actually bought this at the same time I bought the 9F, because they were both on eBay at a good price. So yeah, 10,000, and I do like 10,000 because it's quite unique. It's almost like it's a bit like a 37, but with a much shorter nose. But even though it's not 37, even though I believe Railway Peak District somewhere, I can't remember what railway it is. People might say in the comments, they're actually building another one from scratch. I was using 37 as a body. I can't remember what they're doing. Was it a 58? I can't remember anyway, but I know they're building on a 10,000 replica new build, because they're both 10,000, 10,001 both scrapped in the 1960s, which is unfortunate, and I wish they were preserved because they're quite nice engines, and I would love to see. I can't wait to see the proper thing when the real thing when it's done. Next we have the other Deltic I got, but I had this one before I got the green one, which was, as I stated when I did the clip for the flat Deltic, the green one, that I'm going to convert that to the DP1. I'm just leaving as is because I really do like the blue livery, and hence why I'm thinking of getting some BR blue grey coaches. But we'll see with that. But of course, Bachmann. Actually, yeah, it's got sprung buffers. Yep, sprung buffers on front and back. Front and back. It's 9005. The Prince of Wales' own regiment of Yorkshire. I think that's tops before tops number, before tops, pre-tops. I think it's pre-tops number because it's 9005 rather than it be 55 something. Was it 55 9005? I don't know, but I think it's pre-tops. But I think when I get the Deltic DP1 shells parts, I can't wait to convert the green one to that because it's such a nice model and it's massive as well. I do need to run my Deltic again at some point. So there we go. Okay, next engine is Class 66 152 in DB Schenker livery. This DB Schenker is the livery before DB Cargo and DB in general. Nowadays it is just DB if you see one on the main line. I really like the 66. I would love to get a 66 repainted into 743 or 746, the Royal Scotsman one's livery, because I believe, if I'm right in saying, or if I've seen online, Rainbow Railways can redo a livery for you if you want a livery for it. So potentially, there's an idea of what I might do is try and get a 66 and get it repainted into Royal Scotsman livery, because I love that livery so much with the silver roof and the dark red. Oh, it's stunning. I've seen that 66 quite a few times and I love it. By far my favourite shed. But the idea also would be what would be cool, the fictional livery, if they can do it, to have a DRS 70. How cool would that be? Because I really would like a Class 70 and DRS livery. But that does mean sacrificing a 70 to get it converted into DRS or the like this one with the compass. But we'll see. If they can do that, I might even go to the shop on Thursday and ask if it's open, if they can do that. But we will see at some stage if that's doable. But anyway, back to the 66. Sprung buffers back and front. It's got cab lighting and directional lighting, which is really cool. Again, quite an old model. I've had it for quite a long time. But she still runs really well, and it's still really smooth. Like I stated with Tornado, I just keep my models in such good condition, and they do run really well, regardless of just keeping them in the boxes when I want to. But yeah, all good. They are all fantastic models, and I love the collection I've got. Nearly finished, with 4 more diesels left. Okay, fourth last engine, I should say, is Class 37 261 in DRS livery, the older DRS livery, not the compass. with a direct rail service logo on the side here as well, and silver buffers, sprung buffers with lighting on as well, front and back. And it's 261 actually. This funny story with this, she's preserved, but she's in bits. She's in bits because she's at Bowness and Kinnear Railway, along with other stuff that I got over there. I can't remember what exactly, top of my head. But I hope she runs again at some point, because she used to be named, but I think she's not named anymore. But 261 is a nice 37. I bought this 37 from Wonderland Models in Edinburgh. I saw it up on top of a cabinet. I was like, oh, yes, please. And yeah, good price. About 90 quid, I think. So I can't complain. And the fact that it's a 37, I love 37s. I've got two now, so I maybe want one or two more, maybe in a different livery or on a DRS one. I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, that's 37 261. Next one is 937 is 670 DB Schenker St. Blazy TMD. In DB Schenker livery, I love the red on livery, as I love the 66 I showed earlier. This and the 261 are both limited edition models. 37 261 is a limited edition model of Kernel Model Rail Centre. Excuse me, and this one is a limited edition model of Rail Express, which I think is a railway magazine. So yeah, the fact, and I got this on eBay for £85. I managed to win the bid on it because I wanted a red 637, because I mean I can have the 237s running together, and I love that. So yeah, I'm really happy I've got 37 in my favourite livery. The red. Well, I said this, and then DRS are my two favourite liveries for diesels. So yeah, that's 37 670. Okay, second last engine is Car 47 790, which I bought from Harbour and Hobbies last year, because I wanted not Harbour and Hobbies, sorry, Rainbow Railways, my bad. Last May actually, it was near my birthday again. Was it last May? Yeah, because I bought that and the 1500. Yes, right. Yes, the 57 I bought was the one I bought for Harbour and Hobbies. My bad. So 47 790 I bought brand new from Rainbow Railways for 120 quid. Yeah, I did actually. That was right. Because I wanted a 47 anyway. I do like 47s, and especially the 790 is named Galloway Princess. I think she's not named Galloway Princess anymore. I think she's named something else. So yes, and of course DRS livery is one of my favourites. But hence why I want to get to a pair of 20s, a couple of 20s, and 66 also in DRS livery. Then I did have a 68, but didn't run a 68 very often, so I sold 68. Otherwise I would have this in the collection video as well, but the 68 wasn't a great model, to be fair. So there we go. So that's 47 790. And then last but not least is 57 009, not a name 57, but I really like 57 as well, because the fact that I've got 47 and 57 together is quite a cool combination. I bought this last year, September. Was it September or earlier than that? I can't remember exactly, but I did remember my wife went to a job interview. I went down to Harbour and Hobbies to have a look, because she was going to be a bit anyway. And I was like, I'll go down to the shop and see what they have. And 57, it was either this 57 or there was a named one. And I was like, this one was slightly less, so I bought this one. Harbour and Hobbies pre-owned are always freaking good for what they offer for second-hand market motor railway stuff. But I really do like 57 as well. It's such a nice diesel, and it's pretty much a 47 but re-engined and very slightly different. So yeah, I can't complain there, to be fair. And I wanted another large diesel for mainline running, because eventually, if I'm gonna move into a bigger house in the future, yeah, probably talking a couple of years away still, then I can then, I've got more space to run this and the other engine I've shown in the collection video. But there we go, guys. I hope that's pretty much the gist of the whole collection. I hope you enjoy this really long video. It's taken a while to film. I started filming this morning. This is not going to be edited today. It might not be finished uploaded today, but when I'm recording this video, it is Monday the 23rd of February. It'll probably be up in a few days. It'll take me a bit to edit. It depends if I do it on the computer or my phone. Probably on the computer because it'll probably be easier. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more mono rugby stuff or train stuff, depending on when I get back into that. Depending when I do, I really don't know when that's going to happen. I might stick with mono rugby stuff at the moment because it's easy to do, but even though it takes a bit longer. But the next thing I want to do with that, I'm gonna hopefully pin the track down or glue the cork down. Then pin the track down for smoother running because it's noisy without the cork on it. So yeah, we'll see how that goes, and yeah, so there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. That's a full mono rugby collection of about 35 engines. It's really massively grown over the last year and a bit, but actually I really, the fact I've got so many engines I love. And also I should add the engines I've got on pre-order, as I said earlier, 10,001 Bachmann 8F, which is a brand new tooling, county class from Rapido, and 812 is coming very, very soon, hopefully very, very soon, either in the next few days. I should get the payment for that, get the email for that to be paid. And then next year, actually, I think it's my bad. So I'll reiterate that. So the first things to come is 812, which should come either in the next week or into March. I don't know when. After that should be the Bachmann 8F, the brand new tooled Bachmann 8F, which will be amazing. I've got that thing coming in BR early black, of course, plain early emblem. BR plain black early emblem, I should say. And the county class, which is coming later this year from Rapido. That'll be a big box, I think, as well. Probably not as big as the Porta Twins, but like longer maybe. And then the last one coming next year in 2027 is my 439 class from Bachmann, also exclusive to Wales, as a second Caledonian engine I want, because I like 439, considering I've seen it a good few times now. So there we go. So that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next one. Happy train spot.